nobody.
Rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how. 8 players per side on the field. Players may be offense or defense. The clock runs non-stop until the final minute of each half. No punting. No stunning or twisting. One receiver may move in forward motion before the snap. Rebounds off the net are allowed. Players can be tackled into the wall. And that's the rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how.
Well, there you go. The players are introduced, an incredibly rousing national anthem. And the one guy who we saw out there on the field that was not introduced as an offensive starter, number 23, Trandon Harvey. He is back in action tonight.
But he is dressed, so being dressed means that he's going to play. They're just trying to suck Chicago in here a little bit, I think.
Hey, but you know what? It's all that matters right now is that he's back. It's his first game since the road game at Utah when he injured his groin several weeks ago. Also had a stint on injured reserve. But it's good to see touchdown Trandon Harvey back in the lineup.
You know, I'm so looking forward to this game. And I can't wait to get this thing, can't wait to get it started. Like I said, I had a tough time sleeping last night.
Yeah, I woke up 4:15 this morning. I was ready to call the game then.
I mean, I even had to get down here early. We usually don't even show up till like 3 hours before game time.
Yeah.
Today, I called up Hammer. I said, you know what, we got to get in there early. I just can't sit still anymore.
No, you can't. But I tell you, things to watch for tonight's game are the shades of gray. You've got Reggie Gray for Chicago, one of the top wide receivers in the league, 130 catches, just under 2,000 yards, and 49 touchdowns. And the other shade of gray is Rattler safety Virgil Gray. He was a big defensive force in the last game, and as always, he's a threat to break one on a kick return. He's already done that 6 times this season.
Oh, Virgil Gray, what can you say about him? He's had a great year. Not only Andrew on the hammer on the kickoffs, but you know, his defensive play has been stellar.
And look at that, Alvin Gentry, the head coach of the Suns, for the honorary coin toss. Starting to get the names out here tonight. But I tell you, Chicago, not the best offensive team, last in the league in passing offense. They will try to win a low-scoring, close game. They are 5-3 in games decided by 1 possession or less. Chicago has not broken the 60-point barrier but 3 times this season.
And you know, whoever wins is going to defer. So I don't even know why the heck they caught. They should just.
All right, so Arizona's going to get the ball to open the game. And, of course, the other thing to watch out for is the Chicago defensive core. Vic Hall, number 4, has snared 15 interceptions so far this season. Kelvin Morris, the linebacker, he wears jersey number 11. He's picked off 9. And Jason Simpson, our defensive back, has 7 interceptions so far this year for the rush. So it's dangerous secondary versus dangerous secondary. And at this point, you don't quite know what to expect, but I tell you this much, folks, we are 1 minute and 14 seconds from kickoff, and one of these two teams is going to take on the Jacksonville, Georgia winner in Arena Bowl 24 on Friday night on the NFL Network.
And we're looking forward to, what, do they have their own song now?
They've had it for a while.
I guess I've never heard it because we've always been talking.
They call it the Rattlers hum, and you know what? If it gets the fans pumped up, go for it at this point. So the other thing to note is that when Chicago played the Rattlers last time, that was back here on May 14th, the Rush held Davila to his fewest TD passes of the season with 5. Since then, he has tossed no fewer than 7 in every game he played the full game in for the rest of the season. So it's a tough defense, but are the Rattlers tougher? We are about to find out.
Yeah, let's get this game going. You're going to be calling in the first report before kickoff even starts.
Just a couple minutes here. I'll flip over and catch that on Sirius. Don't forget that's tonight on Sirius 92, XM 207, and the Armed Forces Network.
And one of the things that you're going to hear is when Andrew has to call in, you're going to hear me. And I'm not a play-by-play guy, but you might just hear a lot of yelling.
It's all good. It's all good. So, let's get up on our feet for this one. Arizona gets the ball to open the game. Guess who? Virgil Gray is back to return. And it's going to be Chris Gould is the kicker for Chicago. He's going to tee this one up and get the National Conference Championship game started here in just a few seconds.
Except for on commercial break.
No, we're not.
There we go.
All right. So the Rattlers are wearing the all-black uniforms with the black pants and the green trim across the legs. Chicago in the white with the silver helmets and silver pants. That's what you're looking for. And here we go. The National Conference title game is underway. Kickoff is off the awning. Gray's going to take it at the 5, cutting left, 10. Has a lane to the 15, to the 20. He gets tackled there by the kicker, but a flag's down at the 11.
Okay, but it was starting out to be a nice return, and you know what that's probably going to be, probably holding. And it was. Yep. Holding against the Rattlers.
That'll back them up a little bit farther here, so the Rattlers are going to start this drive on their own 6-yard line as that flag was thrown on the 14. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rattlers on their first drive of the night from the 5, actually. My mistake there. And this is where Davila and company are going to take over. So Nick Davila, who is the ASL leading passer in terms of touchdowns with 117 scores in the regular season, is going to take his first snap of the night. Drops back, fires. He's got a man on the far side. That's going to be Kerry Reed out to the 18, and that's a first down. 13-yard gain on first down, and the Rattlers are moving downfield already, looking better than their first drive in the last game when they wound up throwing one play and having a fumble. Jackson, the motion man, Reed at the top, Gellers at the bottom. Inside of the Odie Express. The Odie Express got derailed before he really got started. He gets back to the line and doesn't get anything.
Well, hey, listen, you're playing number 1 against number 2 defense. So right now the number 2 defense in the league is actually on the field here. And listen, they're good. They're good. Don't take anything away from these guys.
These two teams were separated in terms of points per game by 3 points allowed over the course of an entire 18-game season. Jackson, the motion man. Davila drops back. He's got time. Fires it. Jackson in the middle of the field to the 15. Dropped the ball. He lost it. Vic Hall, I think he's got it for Chicago. And boy, that's a terrible way to...
And they did. Yep.
So it's going to be a completion and then a fumble, and the Rush get it with a nice defensive stop here. Check that it was Reed who made the catch.
Yeah, Reed with the fumble looked like it, didn't it? Or was it Jackson? I can't tell. Let's see. It was Jackson.
It was Jackson. To take a second
Jackson
look there on
fumbled
replay.
it. Yep, that's not the way you want to start it off.
No, it is
and,
not.
As the Chicago team takes the field, taking the ball at the 14-yard line, their own 14-yard line, and as you will see here, let's see what happens. Let's see what the Arizona defense can do.
Under center, Dillon the motion man. Radernick drops back, fires it left to Reggie Gray, gets planted against the boards by Marquise Floyd at the 20. It's a gain of 6, and it's going to be 2nd and 4 coming up. I'll step aside for a quick update here. Take it over, Kingpin.
I will. Second down and 10. Second down and 10. Second down and 4. Sorry, looking at the board here and see what the Rattlers can do here on defense. So it's 2nd down, 4. In motion. Quarterback back. And he gets fumbled. And it's Rattler ball. Rattler ball. They recovered. That's the great way to come back. There we go. Tyree Glassberg. Tyree with the recovery. And that is unbelievable. On your second play, they come back, and that's the way what you want to do. You give the ball away. Let's get it back. That's exactly what they do. Let's take it in for a score right now. Rattler offense back on the field. Jackson in motion. And that's a false start on that's a false start. The Davila stepped back, but one thing he was missing was the ball. So it'll be 5 yards on the 5 yards on the Rattlers. First down, 15. And there's another fumble. Luckily, they recovered it. I don't know. No one is holding on to the ball tonight, and I don't know if the ball is slick or what it is, if they're using brand new footballs, but it seems like both teams are having a problem holding on to the ball as Davila just dropped the ball. Now it's second down, 18. Second down, 18 on the 20-yard line of Chicago. An incomplete pass, and that was intended for Geathers, and that'll bring up third and 18. No one's able to hang on to the ball. I don't know if it's nerves at this particular time or whatever, but that wasn't, Davila actually looked like he tried to fit that ball in there, and he really didn't have a place to go with it. It really wasn't a good choice to throw it together at that time.
Geathers got into the 5.
Hang on to the ball. There you go.
There you go. Hangs on to it. He's down to the 4.
But it's still 4. It brings up fourth down. It looks like. They're putting first, but it's not first. It is not a first down.
Okay, first update of the night out to Sirius.
Yeah,
so it's a gain of 16, but it's going to be at the 4. Fourth and goal at the 4. What are the Rattlers going to call here? Reed on the bottom, Geathers in the middle, Jackson your motion man, Odie in the backfield. Davila drops back, looking, he's got time, fires it, caught, Jackson, touchdown!
There we go, Jackson. There you go, baby. Make up for it.
There you go. That's how you get it back. Arizona strikes first, 6-0 with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Well, that's a heck of a way to.
It seemed like, Andrew, what I was talking about as you were doing the update to Sirius Radio, is that I don't know if it was nerves or whatever, but it didn't seem like they could hold on to the ball.
Well, both teams had problems holding on to it. 3 total fumbles, 2 were lost. But hey, Rattlers strike first. They've got the lead. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Now please direct your attention to Rat TV.
Hey, nice man. Check out my blog at azrattlers.com. It's as hard-hitting as our defense.
Hey, nice man. It's time to pump it up. Time for the fist pump cam. All right, follow loading's direction. Very simple. Let's see you pump it up. Let's see the Chicago's best in the air. Let's see you on the fist pump cam. There you go. 2 fists over there.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, the Arizona Rattlers strike first on a 4th down conversion. Davila to Jackson in the corner of the end zone from 4 yards out. And the Rattlers take the first score of the night, 7-0. They lead the rush. And I think you hit it on the head. It was a case of nerves early on because, Reed had it, but he coughed it up. The Chicago Rush had it. They coughed it up.
Davila coughed it up.
But he fell on it.
And then also on a snap, he stepped back and there's no ball. So, that has to be nerves.
Yeah.
Because this team, even though they've had penalties during the year, they've never really had those type of penalties, and that I take is just nerves.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You got to get in the game, you got to work it out of your system, and then get going.
Well, it was huge to get the turnover right after they turned it, right after the Rattlers turned it over. Huge to get it back.
It just washed out the effects of another first drive Kerry Reed fumble for the second straight game. I'm sorry, check that. Jackson who had the fumble on that one, my mistake, but still it's a first drive fumble. That's not the way you want to come out of the 8th, stumbling, bumbling, and fumbling. So, we'll see what Chicago does here on its second drive of the night. Whitsack ready to tee this one up. Back deep to return it is going to be Simpson. That's going to be Jason Simpson. He takes it off the net, gets out to the 5, to the 10. He's got a lane across midfield. Whitsack, the only one to beat. Whitsack has got him. No, he doesn't. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Simpson. And the Chicago Rush are right back into it, 7-6.
That was very poor coverage, and we haven't seen a lot of that this year. And didn't we see Simpson in that first game do something exactly the same way?
Yes, he did. He ran one back in that game as well. So just as quick as the Rattlers get on the board, the Rush strike back. Chris Gould on for the extra point. Backup quarterback Dominic Randolph's the holder.
Not what you wanted to see.
Nope. And now we've got whistles and flags. Thought maybe Whitsack had a chance at him at about the 8-yard line, but Simpson was a little too speedy. All right, so the ball moves forward approximately 36 inches after the offside.
I'm surprised that the kicker even decided to take the ball closer. Usually they like it at that same spot that they always kick from.
Spot's good. Kick is up.
And no missed it. What did I tell you? What did I tell you right there?
Yep.
You push it up, you get it a little bit closer, and you're off a little bit in your timing. And that's exactly what happened.
You get inside a kicker's head. They're a weird bunch to begin with, but sometimes stuff like that happens, and that could be a very big play later in the game because anytime you miss a PAT, it opens a door. Arizona leads at 7-6. Let's step aside for a timeout. This is the National Conference Championship game on Nifty.
Answer tonight's question correctly, and you will receive an Arizona Rattlers prize. Are you ready? Question. Rattlers defensive back Marquise Ford's favorite football movie of all time is A, Any Given Sunday, B, The Waterboy, or C, The Program. Think it over a second. Fans, help her out. All right. And you say? I'm going to have to go with C. She says C. Let's check out Ranty B and see if you're a winner.
Hi, Knife Man. This is Marquise Floyd, and my favorite football movie is... Hold on, wait a minute. That's high quality H2O. The Program.
All right. You are correct. You have won a great Rattlers prize.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, 7-6. Arizona leads it. Jason Simpson ran the ensuing kickoff back for a touchdown. Chris Gould missed the extra point wide to the right, and that's why the Rattlers still hold the lead. But, hey, speaking of kickoff returns, which, you got that guy down there to our right, Virgil Gray. He's done pretty well for himself on those this year.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see a stop there, and they just couldn't do it. And Simpson has brought that back It's more than once now this year against the Rattlers.
And actually, that's his second return touchdown of the season, both against Arizona.
Yeah, when I saw him going, I go, wait a second, this looks familiar.
Like, wait a minute, this is not May 14th, it's August 6th. All right, so Gould's going to kick it off. Virgil Dre is back deep. Nice flush bounce off the net. Gray can't find the handle. Jackson's got it. Check that. Swanson dances his way out of the end zone. He barely gets back out. And he's going to get to about the 2 or 3 yard line where he gets plowed under by half of the rush team. And Arizona starts the second drive of the night.
Yeah, unfortunately, Virgil couldn't get a hold of that one. You don't see him do that too often. But, hey, listen, so far it's been an interest. Let's call it an interesting game.
I call it Fumble Fest.
Yeah, it's been Fumble Fest. It's got to be nerves with these guys, and let's see what they can do here.
Jackson the motion man. Davila pump fake. He's got
wide
Kevin.
open.
15, 20, 25.
Hold on to the ball.
Goes around Hall, gets taken down to 16, and a big game for the Rattlers. A first down deep in the Chicago territory.
The way the game's been so far, all I'm saying is after he made the nice catch for a huge gain, I'm going, hold on to the ball.
Exactly.
I don't want to see him get stripped of the ball.
Nope. So that's a 31-yard gain on a 50-yard field. That's huge. So it's 1st and 10 at the 16 of Chicago.
And so far we haven't seen Trandon Harvey.
Read the motion man. Dalva drops back. He's got time. Fires it for Jackson.
Oh, my. You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. If you're Coach Kevin Guy, yeah, granted Jackson held on to it, but that ball was right in his breadbasket. You got to start thinking about using Trandon Harvey.
Trandon Harvey is standing there at the
He's
front
standing
of the bench.
there.
But I tell you, that pretty much hit Jackson right between the 8 and the 1 on his jersey, and you got to catch that.
You're right. You can't drop that. That ball was a perfectly thrown pass.
So 2nd and 10 at the 16, just inside 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Quick hitter to Reed. At the 15, he hangs on to it this time. Gets ahead to the 14, the gain of 2.
He didn't drop it the last time, did he?
No, he didn't drop it. It was Jackson who dropped it last time. But now it's going to be 3rd and 8 from the Chicago 14, and after one big play together, the Rattler offense is starting to slow down a little bit.
You know what? Don't be surprised if you will see Trandon Harvey in this game.
I can just tell, just kind of by looking at his body movements and whatnot, he's eager. He wants to get in there.
Yeah, he wants to play.
But remember, too, when they brought back Rod Windsor from the injury, he came in the second quarter. So we'll see how that plays out. Davila drops back, Jackson in motion. Davila fires a floater. It's tipped, and it is not picked off.
But I'll tell you what, every right to be picked off, and I don't know where Davila was throwing that ball.
He didn't put enough on it, and that nearly wound up being an early Christmas gift for Kelvin Morris, the Chicago linebacker.
That reminded me of last week's game, of that play down by the end zone. He just didn't put enough arc on it.
Yep. There's a second look at it. It just happened to fall to the ground away from Morris. So the Rattlers face their second 4th down of the night. This is 4th and 8 at the Chicago 14, and they are going to go for it. Reed on the bottom, Jackson in the middle. Geathers will be your motion man. Dalva drops back. He's got time. Fires it for Geathers. Touchdown! Rattlers!
There you go. There you go, baby.
So for the second time tonight, Arizona converts a 4th down for a touchdown, and they have a 13-6 lead with the PAT coming.
I'm telling you, I think next drive though, you got to start getting Trandon Harvey right in this game. That was a good pass to old reliable Geathers.
Witzak on for the extra point. Kick is up.
Good.
Good. Arizona has an 8-point lead with 4:44 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-6, and this is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty. Back at the U.S. Airways Center, it is 14-6. The Rattlers have the lead with 4:44 to go in the first quarter. Arizona so far tonight has 2 touchdowns on 4th down conversions. 4th and goal from the 4 on the last drive. 4th and 8 from the 14 on this most recent drive. Geathers with the touchdown on the last one, Jackson before that, and in between it, we had a kick return for a touchdown by Jason Simpson, and that's how we have all of our scoring tonight.
You know, so far, the Rattlers have been very lucky.
They have been, because that pass easily should have been intercepted by Kelvin Morris, but he just could not hang on to it. And when you give a team second and third chances, it will come back to haunt you.
Now what the Rattlers have to do, they've taken it down, they've scored. Now what they have to do is, that's it. They need to stop now.
And now back there to return the kick is Reggie Gray. So far this year, he has gotten almost more than 1,500 yards on kick returns. He has broken 6 of them for touchdowns.
Well, you gotta play a lot better. You gotta play a lot better on your special teams than you did the first time.
Because the defense, I think, is hungry to get out there and start making plays. Remember, they forced that fumble right after Jackson coughed it up.
Right, they really haven't been out there.
And you know, with the effort they put in last week to limit Spokane to a meager 33 points, they want to go to it. Witczak kicks it away. Gray is back for the return. A little low off the net. Gray's got it, coming out to the 5, going left to the 10 around Swanson. 15, trying to go down the boards. Gets pinched there by Vince Hill. Check that, Virgil Gray, and it's going to be Chicago ball at the 22-yard line.
Right, that's horrible coverage again. Good. I mean, if you're a Chicago fan, that's a great run back, and their blocking is very good because they're blocking them upfield. They're not. It's not down. It's not down by the goal line. It's all the way out, and they're blocking right there.
Yeah, because Gray easily didn't get touched until he got to almost the 10-yard line on that return. Got to try and get a little more penetration downfield, if you will. Gray's going to go in motion. Ratternick under center for the rush. Ratternick drops back, looks right, fires it. He's got a man that's going to be Lee on the near boards. And he gets out to the Arizona 24, a gain of about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up here for Chicago as they get across the midfield stripe.
You can't really get the defense in a great rhythm at this particular time when you start off at this type of field position.
It's just like the last game against Spokane, just flipped around.
Yeah.
Gray, the motion man. Ratternick drops back. He's got time, looking left, fires it. It's going to be complete to Lee.
There's a flag down.
That's going to be for illegal defense. Kevin McCullough was just too far back on the play. So Lee got out to the 16 on the play. They may decline the penalty. Just more than 5 yards. Just like I said they would.
I thought they called it number 96.
It could be on number 94, Tyree Glass, but it was a little bit downfield there.
Right, because I don't think we have a 96 on the field.
We do not have a 96 on the field. You are correct, sir. So they'll stay with the gain of 8 and get the first down, and it's going to be Chicago ball 1st and 10 at the Arizona 16. Charles Dillon, the motion man. Gray and Lee at the bottom. Ratternick drops back. He's under pressure.
Now there should be holding right there.
Throws it away to the 4th row. Someone gets a free souvenir.
There was holding on that play by Chicago, and that was not called.
There probably had to be some little obstruction there because the Rattlers seemed to all come pretty fast and free on that one. And Ratternick wound up running for his life to the far wall before lobbing it out of bounds to the bottom of section 118.
Yeah, I don't know what the referee was looking at that one because there was a Rattler being held up there, and that wasn't legal.
Lee on the bottom, Gray on the top, Dillon the motion man for Chicago. Ratternick drops back, looks left, fires it. He's got Lee at the 10, gets punched up against the boards by Vince Hill at the 6, and that's going to wind up being about an 8-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and short. Seems like the Rattler corners are playing a little bit off the ball, and Chicago's taking what they're giving them. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 at the Arizona 7. Rattler fans on their feet, starting to get a little loud here at the U.S. Airways Center.
Just a little?
A little bit. Gray is the man in motion. Right, it's going to be a pitch to Curtin. Curtin going to the right, tries to bowl his way into the end zone. He's short, but I think he got the first down. Yes, he did. So Johnny Curtin barrels his way around the right side for a first down. The 6'3", 285 fullback out of Washington. And I tell you, he rumbled around there. Ball's going to be at the 3-yard line, a gain of 4, and Chicago has 1st and goal.
Gain of 5 on the play. 1st and goal west from the Rattlers 2.
All right, 1st and goal from the 2 is a 5-yard gain. That's fine. Lee to the bottom, Dillon in the middle, Gray on the top of the screen. Gray goes in motion. Radnick give Curtin inside. McCullough tries to ride him over to the wall, rides him out into the first row.
There you go, baby. Look at McCullough. McCullough pushed him right out of bounds.
McCullough pushed Curtin into the first row of the stands. Someone almost took a player home.
Yeah. And all the Chicago guys are trying to start up over McCullough. And the thing is, what's going to happen is, Chicago is going to wind up getting a penalty over there because all McCullough did was continue a play.
And he just did exactly what he's supposed to do. He stood his ground, rode Curtin into the boards, and put him over the boards. So a great defensive solo effort there by McCullough.
And a timeout taken by Chicago.
Yep. Let's take it with them as well. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
30-second timeout. Media timeout.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, the Rattlers trying to make a defensive stand just in front of their own end zone. Chicago called its first time out of the half with 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 2nd and goal at the Arizona 1. Curtin got stuffed on the first down run to the right side by Kevin McCullough in a great individual play. Curtin went over the boards. Now we'll see what Chicago tries here on 2nd down. Lee to the bottom, Dillon to the middle. Gray looks like he's going to be your motion man. Reggie Gray covered by Virgil Gray. Shades of gray all over the field. Rattler fans on their feet. Radnick tries to keep it himself. He does not get in. McCullough's there and so is Pittman. The keeper is unsuccessful. 3rd and goal coming up from the 1.
That was a nice stuff. I'm telling you, this defense, this defense is looking to make a stop here if they can.
Indeed it has been, and the other thing that's going to stop here is the first quarter. Time ticks down in the first. After 15 minutes of play, the Arizona Rattlers lead the Chicago Rush 14-6, but the Rush are knocking on the door. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Rattlers 14, Rush 6. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the NFL's hottest answers, the Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders. The Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center after another scintillating performance by the Sidewinders at the end of the first quarter. It's 14-6, Arizona leading Chicago in the National Conference title game here in Phoenix. But the Rush are knocking on the door. They've got 3rd and goal at the Arizona 1 when we start play here in the second quarter. And I tell you, it's hard to keep a team in the Arena Football League out of the end zone. It's got to be a lot more difficult when they're literally this far from 6 points.
Yeah, and yeah, the defense is still playing well. The thing that got them really in this spot here is that kickoff.
Yeah. But notice how Nick Davla's already off to a good start. 7 of 10 for 128 yards and 2 scores in the first quarter. A lot better than the game against Spokane, but then again, he only had 1 play to run in the first 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, we got a short time to go. We're in the middle of a media timeout here.
Gives the fans a chance to get pumped up, wave the rally towels from last week, and get a lot of noise going in this arena. It is definitely getting loud in here. All right.
Okay, there we go.
3rd and goal from the Arizona 1. Going on the bottom. Long motion, give to Curtin. Does Curtin get in this time? He might not. He did not. He was stopped short.
Yeah, the ref said he didn't.
So Curtin is stuffed on about the 2-inch line, and it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1. Now, if you're Chicago, the question is, do you try to kick a field goal by any chance just to get something out of this trip? Because if the Rattlers hold here, the roof might blow off this building.
I think you have to go for it. I think all they have to do is stick their arms out there, and they got it. Now look for someone to jump over the top here.
Rydernick tries to plow ahead. Does he get in? Yep.
He does.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Okay.
But I tell you, like we've talked about all season long, the Rattlers do not make it easy.
Exactly.
Just think about it. Chicago had 5 plays inside the 7-yard line to finally bash this home.
Yeah, and you know, that's the whole thing. Make it tough. That's what they've done all year. Make it tough for these guys to get down the field. They didn't have that far to go, you know, because they had the ball virtually at midfield on this drive.
Now Gould's out for an extra point attempt. He already shanked his first one tonight. Snap's good. It's a fake. Washington going to the left. They're going to run an option, and he is buried by McCullough.
There you go.
So Kevin McCullough, big defensive play there. And
there you go, baby.
The Rattlers have a 2-point lead. It's 14-12, 13:42 to go in the first half.
And it didn't fool him one bit.
Nope, it was a pitch to Gould. I tell you, McCullough stood up the quarterback. Floyd was playing the wall. Nice defense against the option.
He almost flipped that a little bit too late. Now, let me ask you a question here, because I'm not so keen on some of the rules. If that would have been flipped off, and could they have run that back for a touchdown? Because that was awful.
It wouldn't have been a touchdown, but if they would have picked that flip off and gone all the way back, that's a 2-point conversion the other way.
Okay,
so
because that was very close, because that flip came very, very.
Yeah, you don't see the option a whole lot in arena football, and I think that's why, because there is no room to run it in this league.
Right, let's keep it right here because we're not in the middle of a timeout. So
nope,
we're gonna run this thing.
But going back to return the kick will be Virgil Gray. Gould will kick it off here. Arizona leading at 14-12. Chicago has missed both PATs tonight. One of the kicking variety and one of the option scramble variety. So the question is, Will Chicago ever make a PAT? So far in the first 16 minutes and change of this game, they have not done so. Gould tees it up. Back deep is Gray. Clean off the net at the goal line. He turns around 5, going left 10. Gets away from a man. Flag is thrown.
Flag.
That's probably going to be coming back. Gray dances away to the 13, but flag coming will probably push this back to about the 5 or 6 yard line. Rats. So Kerry Reed called for the hold there. And the Rattlers will get the ball at actually about the 2.5 yard line. It's a long way from the end zone, but this Rattler defense so far, Rattler offense so far has looked good with the big plays. So far, 3 plays of more than 13 yards tonight.
And let's see what they can get going here. I mean, deep again in their in the Chicago territory, or in their own territory.
In their own territory. No, Reed's the motion man. Geathers on the bottom. Fires over the middle. Reed's got it at the 15. Gets out to the 16. Sits down. Hangs on to the ball. And that's a 14-yard gain and a first down.
And Davila found the seam right there and just hit him. Yep. All Reed had to do was go down the field, 14, 15 yards, turn around.
Chicago started to play zone, and Reed was just right open there in the middle. Easy catch, easy first down. And I tell you, now I see Trenton Harvey over there with a helmet on. He's getting a little bit closer to all of his equipment.
Oh, yeah, he's making sure everything's going to fit.
Yep. Davila drops back. Quick screen to Odie. The Odie Express at the 20. He wound up running into the brick wall. Notice Jason Simpson at the 23-yard line. Great stand-up tackle by Simpson.
It was. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen Odie get hit and go right down.
Yeah, that does not happen very often. And I tell you, usually, as we take a second look at this one, there's Odie. Simpson comes up, plays him nicely. Vic Hill also there. Vic Hall, I'm sorry, there as well as try and chop the legs out from under Odie Armstrong. So a nice combination tackle there by the rush. But Odie still got 5, and it's 2nd and 5 at the Arizona 23. Jackson, the motion man. Davila drops back. He's under pressure. He is sacked, and he holds on to it, though.
Hang on to it.
Jeremy Geathers makes the sack, and the Rattlers are going to face 3rd and an awful lot of room. It's going to be at the 15-yard line, a loss of 8 there for Davila. 3rd and 12.
I mean, Ford's saying 3rd and 14. I don't know if they're. There we go. They did change it to 12. You are correct. See?
Indeed, I am. All right, so after this play, I'm going to step aside here and give another update to our friends up there on satellite. 3rd down and 12 at the Arizona 15-yard line. 11-16 and counting to go in the first half. Arizona hanging on to a 2-point lead. Davila drops back, fires it. He's got Reed. Reed's got the first down, 20, 15, down to the 10, and he's knocked down for a first down.
Nice play.
The Rattlers with another nice 3rd down conversion. They keep on going. Kingpin, run with it.
And the thing with Nick Davila tonight, what he's been doing is finding his open receivers, as I expected, and as I said in the pregame show, I expect Nick Davila to have a decent game here tonight. And the thing is, he is finding his men. Reed in motion. Oh, and jumped up and blocked by Chicago at the line.
All right, I'm back after that first down play. It told me to call back in 5, so that's fine. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
And that was just a knockdown.
All right, so 2nd and 10 there at the Chicago 13. Rattlers trying to get a 3rd passing touchdown of the night. Jackson, the man in motion. Geathers on the top, Reed on the bottom. Davila's got time, fires it for Geathers. He's got it. Does he get in the end zone? Yes,
touchdown.
He does. Touchdown, Rattlers. Great play, Jason Geathers. That is how you get it into the end zone. Geathers was just held up at the goal line, still hustling and diving for it, and he makes the play, and it's a touchdown for Arizona and an 8-point lead. Now a 9 if Witsack can hit the PAT. 13-yard touchdown catch there for Jason Geathers, his 2nd of the night.
And it is important that Woodsett keeps on hitting him here.
Kick is up. He does. 21-12. It's a 2-possession lead for the Rattlers. And we'll step aside for a timeout. It's the Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Please direct your attention to Rap TV and show us your Studio B smile. There you go. Let's see those pearly lights on the Studio B smile cam. Give us a smile.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, Arizona leads at 21-12 over the Chicago Rush. 9:14 to go in the first half. 2 reasons why Arizona's leading. They've hit their PATs. Chicago has missed them. And the Rattlers are doing a pretty good job on defense and making Chicago work for it. And I tell you, out there on the field now on special teams for his first time tonight, his first time in several weeks, Brandon Harvey.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm sure he's ready to. You know what? We have seen Kevin Guy do some things. I would not be surprised. He's got a bunch of hands teams on there. Don't be surprised if he kicks an onside kick here, because I see Harvey, I see Gray, I see different players out here.
Hill, Marquise Boyd, Riley Swanson.
Yep.
Gethers and McCullough.
Do not be surprised. He's looking for a turnaround right here.
So he's basically got a kicker, a linebacker, and 6 guys with good hands.
Yep.
Try to act surprised. Witsack tees it up.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm surprised. He kicks it deep. It's going to be, doesn't hit the net. Simpson got his foot down outside the end zone, but it wasn't called. Simpson's going to run for it.
There's holding. It's coming back. Don't worry. It's coming back.
Simpson goes in for the touchdown, but the flag is going to wave it off.
It's coming back.
But if you notice, too, when Simpson caught that ball, his foot was on the back line of the end zone. He should have been whistled down right there. He was out of bounds when he had the ball.
All right.
So let's see what the call is from our referee, Mr. Kemp.
It's definitely coming back. I know that.
All right, while you guys figure it out, I'm off for the next update on service.
Okay. And it was holding on the return team, and the return team there was Chicago, and hey, you could see that one materialize. The Rattlers just let Simpson go down the field, take it into the end zone, because let him get tired. Okay, Chicago to line. In motion, pass. Oh, missed tackle. Missed tackle. You don't see, that's one thing that you don't see often from this Rattlers team is missed tackles. And what you saw right there was a missed tackle. And hey, listen, pick it back up again. Let's make it hard on these Chicago guys. In motion. Herbeck drops back, and here we got another flag down. There's going to be a hold. There's going to be a holding call on Chicago on that one. There was a takedown there. Let's take it down right to the field.
So an offensive hold is going to wipe that out. Another hold wiped out that penalty. So a lot going on there. A lot going on.
Right, you can see that takedown.
All right, we're in turnover territory now. Let's have you do your part and get now for the defense.
All right, Chicago to the line. First down and 18 for the rush. They'll flip off to the side. Good defensive play.
Veterans pass complete to number 16, Jackson Powers. Tackle by number 6, Vince Hill. Second down.
And Vince Hill was right on him. Like a cheap suit. Actually, I mean, that play was so good, I thought Dave Isaac actually was making that play. Good play, Dave. All right, Chicago back to the line. Second down and 12. Wide open receiver for, and that was a nice hit in there. Nice hit by Marquise Floyd, making a nice open field tackle.
Standing up on the line of scrimmage, ready to make a stop. Let's make some noise.
Okay, you got Chicago out there. Going for it here at 3rd and 3. Oh, but there's flags down. But I don't know who that flag's going to be on. Chicago's saying it's on the Rattlers, but let's see. And the way that Chicago's reacting, it looks like it could be. And that is a touchdown for Chicago. It was holding on Marquise Floyd. Chicago's going to go for the extra point. Chicago has not made an extra point tonight. Until now. And it's 21-19 with 5:44 to go here in the second quarter. And with that, we'll take a timeout. You're listening to Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Ninth man, it's time for the Coach and Willie's Pizza and Wing Express. Please welcome Fang and Michelle of the Sidewinders as they drive out a delicious dinner of brick oven pizza and wings from Coach and Willie's to one lucky Rattlers fan. You're a winner of free dinner if you're seated in section 101, row 5, seat 1. Congratulations and enjoy your brick oven pizza and wings from Coach and Willie's. And the fun continues after tonight's game at Coach and Willie's, the Rattlers postgame playoff party headquarters. We'll see you after the game at Coach and Willie's, located just a touchdown throw away from the US Airways Center and 3rd Street just south of Jackson. Under 6 minutes still halftime.
Well, just a 2-point game here, 5:44 to go in the second quarter. And we await the kickoff. Back for the Rattlers is Virgil Gray. And Virgil Gray, let's see what he can do tonight. Hasn't done much, but the game is young.
Back to return, Virgil Gray doesn't take a good bounce off the nets. It's going to be a touchback.
That's ridiculous. Did you tell him? I wrote Evan. I said, you've been on hold for 5 minutes. That's nuts. That's not right.
No, but, you know, Rattlers still have a lead. That's what's important here. So, Rattlers are going to start this drive on their own 5-yard line, up by 2, looking to make it a 9-point cushion again. Read the motion man. Dowler drops back, flag down. He's got Jackson on the bottom of the screen. Gets out to the 18.
Any idea what that flag was? I didn't see the play.
Yeah, flag's down at the 5-yard line. It could be in the area of a hold, and Chicago is pointing in the reverse direction.
They still want you on at 8-10?
It's an offside on the high motion man, making the half the distance to the goal line. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Arizona 2.
I don't know if you saw the play, but, Chicago scored that touchdown. Marquise Floyd was called for holding, but it didn't really matter.
Nope, Reggie Gray was able to break behind the defense and reel in the ball that looked a little too long for him, but he got it anyway. Davila drops back, fires, he's got Reed.
Same play, and there's another flag down.
Except with this being a defensive backfield, this could be an illegal defense. So the play wasn't even on the side of the field where the flag was thrown.
Right, it has to be an illegal defense. I don't know what they're walking off right after.
There it is. Well, either way, it gives the Rattlers a
Right.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Arizona 7.5-yard line.
Looks like to be some confusion on the field here with the guys who are doing the yard
gang.
marker, chain gang,
The
right?
chain
Exactly.
gang. There you go.
And I don't know where. Yeah,
All right, so it's.
I thought it was first down.
It is 1st down. Maybe it's like 1st and 8. 1st and 8 from the Arizona. Okay, we'll take that.
Okay. I'm not trying to figure it out tonight.
All right, Jackson the motion man. Davila drops back, looking to pass. He's got time. Another flag thrown, going deep for Jackson. He caught it. Touchdown, Nope, he dropped it. But we have another flag. This could be for illegal defense. That's right in the neighborhood of it being thrown. But a little disheartening that Jackson dropped that ball.
It is against. It looks like it is against Chicago.
Yep. So Chicago keeps giving Arizona 1st downs, and you know what?
Too bad you can't decline that.
But then again, it was an incompletion to Jackson down by the goal line.
Oh, I thought he hung on to it.
I thought he did too, but he dropped it and it fell between his feet.
You know what? You got to get Trandon Harvey out there. That was a wide open throw. Come on. Yeah. This is 2 that he's dropped. They were perfectly thrown balls, and Davila is on tonight. Get your man in there.
Well, Reed will be the motion man on this play. Davila fires at the Booker. He juggles it, catches it, 1st down.
And there he goes. It's the flying Booker.
Yeah, that man must be sprouting the wings. He gets to the Chicago 20. And I tell you, for a guy of his size, being 6'4", 3 1/4, that guy can move.
Well, he can fly, too.
Yeah, second look at this one. Davila gets away from the blitz. And there goes Booker after juggling it, catches it. And it's just kind of like the play that he used in Philadelphia to win that game with that touchdown with 6 seconds to go. Right to Booker. So a nice tight end pass there. And the Rattlers are moving down the field. Geathers your motion man. Davila drops back. Fires for Geathers. Didn't see it coming.
Yeah, he didn't see it. Actually, it looked like a pretty good pass.
I think if Geathers would have turned and looked, he would have found himself alone in the end zone and nobody within 6 yards of him.
So I've been trying to figure out why Trandon Harvey's even dressed tonight.
We've seen him for one play on special teams and nothing else.
Yeah, and we know that he's ready. We know that he can play, but I guess Coach Guy is figuring, you know what, we can win without him.
Well, we'll see if he's right. Geathers the motion man. Davila drops back, fires it. Geathers in the middle of the field to the 10. Gets around a man. They're still on his feet, still bulldozing his way ahead. Gets to the 9, holds on to the ball most importantly, and that's going to be close to a first down. He got it.
Very close. Did he get it?
He got it.
Yeah, he did.
So 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Arizona leads at 21-19. Rattlers have all 3 timeouts. The Rush has 2. And keep in mind, Chicago. And from Chicago, they still have, we'll get the ball to start the second half, but we'll see what happens here. First and goal at the Chicago 9. Rattlers trying to make it a 2-possession game. Dalva drops back, whistles, flags, probably a false start on the Rattlers. Or the play clock ran out for delay a game. It's the latter. Not the kind of mistake you want to make in this end of the field, so it's going to be first and goal now from the 14. It gives the Rattlers more area to work with, and so far tonight, Jason Geathers has a couple of touchdowns up 13 and 14 yards. You might be, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to him again at this range. Geathers on the bottom, Reed on the top, Jackson in motion. Chicago jumped offside. Free play going for Jackson in the end zone off his fingertips.
Right,
incomplete.
But again, you're right. That is a penalty on Chicago.
Nose tackle jump there on the play. It's going to be another first down, first and goal for the Rattlers on the 9 after this is enforced.
Illegal formation. Defense number 33. 5-yard penalty. It is still first down.
Okay, either way, it's still first down. As we're down to 1.5 minutes left in the first half.
And with clock rolling.
And we're also getting close to that 1-minute warning as well. So,
First
and goal on the 9-yard line. Geathers, Jackson, and Reed out there as the receivers. Davila drops back. He's got time left, fires it underneath for Geathers, gets it to the 5, where he gets tackled by Vic Hall. And it's going to be second and goal at the 5. Yeah, so we're just about down to the 1-minute warning to get a second look. Geathers had to stop and come back, and that's why I couldn't get any momentum going.
And there's the 1-minute warning.
21-19, the Rattlers lead it. We'll take a timeout here. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
You gotta win the team. We've got winning cards. Proud sponsor of the Arena Football League. Ninth man, please welcome to the field Tom, who's out there having fun throwing the roundabout. The roundabout is America's version of the boomerang and is a toy you just can't throw away. As a special promotion for Rattler fans at tonight's game, we're offering the roundabout for just $10, about half off the normal retail price. To purchase your roundabout, even visit Tom at halftime of tonight's game and following the game at tables located throughout the U.S. Airways Center.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, we have 1 minute to go in the first half. Arizona leads Chicago 21-19. They have the ball, second and goal at the Rush 5-yard line, and Chicago will get the ball to open the second half. Arizona has 3 timeouts. Chicago has 2. Reed at the top, gathers the motion man, Jackson on the bottom. Davila drops back, fires it over the middle for Gathers, just out of his reach. Big call there on the defense.
That wasn't a good throw by Davila. He had no business throwing that one. He should have just tucked it or, thrown it somewhere else in the end zone, but not there.
So it's going to be third and goal from the 5. And again, clock stops there, only 56 seconds to go in the first half, so 4 seconds off on that play. Still Reed, Jackson, and Gathers will be your motion man. Salva drops back, looking right, stops, fires it for Jackson over his hands, and I think he completed it to a cheerleader. But that's doesn't count for a touchdown. Fourth and goal at the 5. 52 seconds to go.
It's important that they do score here because, Chicago's going to have that ball coming out of the locker room.
And you don't want to give them momentum, so very important play here for Arizona. 52 seconds left in the first half. Fourth and goal to Chicago 5 with a 2-point lead. But remember, they faced fourth down so far twice tonight, and what happened? Touchdowns on both. Flag thrown.
Down.
Davila to the end zone for Gathers, too far. This is going to be in the area of an illegal defense. Chicago may have given up another first down. Let the Rattlers off the hook.
Now we'll wait for that call.
Offside, defense, number 33. After the goal line, automatic first down.
That's a big break for Nick Davila and the Rattlers. First and goal now at the 2 after the penalty for jumping offside on fourth down, which is something that's just not forgivable, especially in this area of the field.
You know what I want to see, don't you?
Toot. Yeah.
I want a little OD.
Well, you know what? When you got 48 seconds and 3 timeouts, you might as well. Davila tries to burrow his way under the pile. He gets closer to the end zone, gets about a yard, forces Chicago to spend a timeout. That is their second called timeout of the half. And at this point, we're starting to see those inside runs so that the Rattlers are making the rush eat up their timeouts. So if Chicago gets that ball back, they won't be able to stop it. Yeah, that was a long sentence.
They're not really taking a timeout, immediate timeout here, are they? Yeah, they are.
All right.
Why don't we?
All right, we'll step aside as well. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
And A-Range, everyone is pre-approved for A-Range Lease Plus with payments as low as $99.99 a month. Delivery and setup are included. And best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Ninth man, make some noise. It's free t-shirt time. Let's do it. Under a minute to go. 2 yards away from payday. Let's make some noise.
And this is Bob King-Panaris back here at the U.S. Airways Arena, where the Arizona Rattlers lead 21-19 over the Chicago Rush. 44 seconds to go. Second down, ball on the Rush 2-yard line. And they gave it to Odie, and Odie went down immediately. And Chicago calls another timeout. And we're going to keep it right here with the, it'll now be like 3rd and 1. It looks like he got to, gosh, it almost looks like he got about the half-yard line. Now it's time for Odie. I think it's still time for a little Odie power rush. And, okay. Clearing the TV cameras, Davila back to the huddle. Ball on the half-yard line. It says the 1-yard line here, but it's actually the half-yard line. 3rd down, half a yard to go. As Davila gathers in motion. And they did call it a touchdown, so I guess what Odie did there was extend his arms over the line, and it's a touchdown for your Rattlers. Rattlers will go for the single point. And Witzak's in to kick it. And Witzak is good. And with that, 36 seconds to go. Arizona leads this one 28-19. We'll take a timeout. You are listening to Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty TV.
All right, how about a quick stop before we reach the half? Come on, ninth man, turn it up. Make some noise and get on your feet and get behind your Arizona.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, 28-19 after an Odie Armstrong touchdown run. Jason Simpson trying to return it, tries to get away from Floyd. Vince Hill rising to the boards of the 13. The first good kick coverage of the night for the Arizona Rattlers. And Chicago will get the ball to start their next series, 37 yards from the end zone.
You know, it was their best coverage of the night, but they still have it out there past that 10-yard line.
And I tell you, on that last touchdown play, the Odie Express dug and barreled, and even though the Express was moving slow, he dug deep and found his way to get in the end zone.
Yeah, he may have just stuck his hands over the line. That was about it. I couldn't really tell from this vantage point.
Either way, it's a 9-point lead for the Rattlers, a 2-possession game. Ratner drops back, he's under pressure, gets away from Harrington, deflected by McCullough. Another great open field play by Kevin McCullough, his 3rd one of the night. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 with 25 seconds to go in the first half.
That would have been, it was huge to knock it down. That would have been huge if he would have intercepted it.
Because if he would have picked it off, he would have put 6 more points on the board. A second look there. Radnick doesn't even see McCullough, and he jumps up and gets his right hand on the ball to knock it to the boards.
How can you not see McCullough?
I don't know. I mean, he is 6'2", 230 after all. A big guy, and they call him Chainsaw because of the way he plays. Radnick drops back, fires left side. He's got his man Dillon. Close to a first down, but he gets ridden out of bounds. Clock stops as Vince Hill escorts Dillon out of bounds.
Did not get a first down. It's short by about a yard.
All right, 3rd and 1 here from the 21 of the rush. 21 seconds to go in the first half.
This is very important that they don't let these guys score here. That they don't let Chicago score, since Chicago has that ball coming out of the locker room.
But imagine how much of a momentum shift it would be if Arizona were to cause a defensive turnover and get points themselves before the half. Dillon, your man in motion. Rattlers drops back, looking, he's under pressure, gets it away to Gray. That is deflected by Virgil Gray away from Reggie Gray. Virgil 1, Reggie nothing on that play, and it's 4th and 2 with a 21, 14 seconds to go.
And they nearly sacked the quarterback on that one. So,
yeah, I think Harrington had his hand on the back of Rattlers jersey, but just couldn't pull him down.
Quarterback got hit right at the point of release. They'll remember that one.
Yeah. Now
this is huge.
4th and 2 at the 21. Fans on their feet. Building getting loud real quick. Gray the motion man, and the referee came in there to...
And somebody saw something happen here.
The referee came in there and tapped the face mask at the center. We got a flag thrown. I have no idea what this is. The play clock is showing zeros. Kevin Guy's
delay a game.
That's what it is. Well, that was truly bizarre, but now it makes it 4th and 7. And again, the fan noise is getting to the rush.
Yeah, that's exactly what caused that one, was the fan noise.
So they're getting loud again, trying to make another penalty on the rush. Rattler players are trying to get the fans up, and they're doing a good job. A lot of people standing up right now, including me. Lee at the bottom, Gray the motion man, Dillon on top. Gray cuts back in motion. Rattlers drops back, he fires it for Lee, that's too far.
All right.
Rattlers hold.
Rattlers ball with 10 seconds to go here. This is huge. What can they do with 10 seconds? They got enough time.
And at least 2 timeouts.
Right.
The middle of the field is still an option for Arizona. They have the ball at the Chicago 16. I'm thinking 1 quick play, maybe 2, and then try a field goal if you don't put points up.
What I would do here is I bring in Trandon Harvey right now.
Well, we don't see him out there yet.
And he's not out there, but I want my best hands on the field.
So Arizona holds Chicago, stops him on 4th down, gets the ball back. A touchdown here would be mammoth for the Rattlers. Just think about it, a touchdown at PAT would make this a 16-point game going into the half, and Arizona will take it. Ten seconds to go in the first half. Arizona leads Chicago 28-19. The Rattlers have just made a defensive stop to get the ball back, and we'll see if they can cash it in here. Davila drops back, fires for Jackson, who is down on the play. Pass interference call. Anybody could make that one, and that's going to be on Vic Hall. First down, Arizona getting closer to the goal line.
And only 3 points rolled off the clock with that one.
3 seconds. But,
no, 3 seconds, I mean.
But you're thinking 3 points.
I'm thinking 3. I don't know why. I want 7, though.
But, you know, we saw Jason Witzek, the kicker, warming up there during that last timeout. So maybe he's just getting loose in case he gets pressed into service here.
You still have enough time for 2 more plays.
Yeah, and you still have a couple timeouts. So if something happens, you're tackled in the middle of the field, you can still get a quick timeout.
I still see Trandon Harvey standing over there with the helmet on now.
So we'll see what the play call is here. 10 seconds to go. Rattlers up by 9, looking for more. First and goal at the 8.
Everybody's on their feet.
Davila drops back, looking for Jackson. Got it! Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Rattlers, if it stands.
But there is a penalty, but I don't know who that is.
Kevin Guy is not happy. It looks like it's against the Rattlers.
And if it is, it's got to be a hold.
That's going to be about the third time tonight we've seen a touchdown come off the board.
Oh, no.
Jackson was a step too early. Got over the line of scrimmage before the snap went off. And so now it's going to be first and goal at the 18. This changes everything with 6 seconds left.
It does.
Yeah.
I still think you got one more shot in the end zone, though.
Yeah, you know, just saw it there on the replay. You could see the bottom of Jackson's feet skittering ahead of the line before Davila snapped the ball.
First and goal from the 18.
So first and goal from the 18, 6 seconds left. And again, these kind of plays, this kind of distance, the Rattlers are okay with it. They've been doing pretty good on, 13, 14 yard pass plays. Davila drops back, fires it to the right, got a man there, and that's going to be...
And they're only setting it up for the field goal.
Yep, and here comes Whitsack out on the field. Arizona's going to call a timeout, and they're going to try for 3 with 2 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, this is still a huge kick, because even if Chicago comes out of the locker room, scores a touchdown, they'd still be down, and that's the whole thing.
Yep.
What you don't want is Chicago coming out of the locker room and having a chance to go ahead.
All right, Whitsack's going to kick this. It's going to be spotted at the 19, about a 27-yard field goal. Hold is good. Kick is up. He missed it. Not the way you want in the half for the Rattlers, but it's still a 28-19 lead at the half. The Rattlers still have a 2-possession lead at this point, and given the fact that was a free possession, that's not a bad thing to have happen, Not as good as a touchdown, but.
Yeah, well, what you still have that 9-point lead. So one thing even if Chicago comes out, scores a touchdown, makes an extra point or whatever, 2 points, Rattlers still have the lead. You got another half to play. I'm still looking, and I've been saying it all night, I'm still looking for Trandon Harvey to play this game because he's still got the best hands on this team.
Well, we will see what happens in the second half when we come back. 28-19, Arizona leads Chicago at halftime of the National Conference Championship game. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Tonight's exciting Arizona Rattlers halftime starts in 60 seconds.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, the low prices guaranteed. You can have it now, you don't have to wait. You can buy a lease to own the Aaron's way. Nobody beats Aaron's, nobody, nobody beats Aaron's, nobody.
Rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how. 8 players per side on the field. Players may be offense or defense. The clock runs non-stop until the final minute of each half. No punting. No stunning or twisting. One receiver may move in forward motion before the snap. Rebounds off the net are allowed. Players can be tackled into the wall. And that's the rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for head coach Robbie Vance and the Bandits from the Alliance Football League.
Fall short for the box score. Talking a good game has never won a championship. And we're sorry to break it to you. It's not the shoes. It's the work, the pride, the blood, and the tears. Because Russell's leaking sweat out of the equation. Russell's right now amounts to leaking teas and fleece. The next evolution of a 100 years of raw performance.
Are you a weekend warrior? Do you know where to turn to if you get hurt? We do. At Foothill Sports Medicine Physical Therapy Centers, we provide an individualized hands-on treatment plan based on your specific injury. We aim to restore function and to prevent re-injury. Call or stop by any of our 12 convenient Valley-wide locations to receive a free assessment.
Synergy Technologies is a proud official partner of the AFL. Athletes, coaches, and fans alike are harnessing the power of Synergy and unleashing their full potential. Synergy products work with your body to get your muscles firing on all cylinders and perform at your optimal level. Synergy's brand new proprietary technology far surpasses all others. Get synergized and experience the difference. Visit Synergy.com today for more information and be sure to use the code AFL2011 for instant savings. The Arizona Rattlers would like to thank Russell Athletic, official uniform supplier of Arena Football. For all the latest news, scores, and inside information, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to chat with fellow Arena Football fans or just check out the very latest league standings or stats, arenafootball.com is where it's at. At My Business Partner, we believe in using the right people to do the right jobs for a successful outcome. Contact the official comptroller and accountant of the Arizona Rattlers, My Business Partner, to find out how you can get the right people.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, low prices guaranteed. You can have it now, you don't have to wait. You can buy a lease to own the errands way. Nobody beats errands.
rules of the game, brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how. 8 players per side on the field. Players may be offense or defense. The clock runs non-stop until the final minute of each half. No punting. No stunning or twisting. One receiver may move in forward motion before the snap. Rebounds off the net are allowed. Players can be tackled into the wall. And that's the rules of the game, brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how.
Go rush, 28-19. I'm Andrew the Hammer Nordmeyer with Bob Kingpin Harris.
Oh, I am.
Indeed, he is. And I tell you, the first half, one thing that really stands out on the stat sheet. Nick Davila, 15 of 22, 191 yards and 3 touchdowns. Nice first half for Davila.
Yeah, Nick Davila, as I expected and as I mentioned in pregame, I expected him to have a good game. And you know what? His numbers could be a heck of a lot better. You've had a number of drop passes by the Rattlers, and in particular by Jackson. And you know, I keep on saying it. I mean, we know Trenton Harvey's ready, and I don't know why you wouldn't use him. Granted, and let's just take it like this. Rattlers are winning here. But remember, it's 9 points. Remember what happened here back in May.
Yeah.
How many points were they leading by with less than a minute to go? 9 points. And it's a little scary because, you know, Chicago is a good team. You can't let up, and you got to have your best on the field.
Sure, it would have been nice if Witzak would have hit that field goal there on the last play of the first half to just build a little more cushion. But you know what? Still being ahead, you know, in a 2-possession game is not a bad place to be to start the second half. Of course, if the Rattlers could stop Chicago and turn around and come back there with a touchdown and make this potentially a 3-possession game, boy, is that even better.
You know, I would love to see the Rattlers make a real quick stop right here on the first possession.
That would be something nice to see. We've seen the Rattlers come up with a fumble recovery tonight. The defense has been looking pretty good, holding Chicago to only 19 points so far in 30 minutes of football.
And you know, you got, like you said, you got 30 minutes to go.
Yeah.
You got to lay it all on the line if you want to be the team going to the Arena Bowl.
Yep. Now, Brandon Harvey's walking out with a kickoff crew. So he's actually on the field for now his second touch of the carpet tonight.
Well, we know one thing. They're not going to, they wouldn't even think about doing an onside kick right here. That wouldn't be the time for it.
No. Especially when you are literally 30 minutes away from hosting the Arena Bowl. No. You got to see just how it plays out and see what's going to happen.
Well, the fans are ready. I just have one question.
What's that?
Is Dave Isaac ready?
I think he is.
Okay. And are you ready?
I am ready. Witzak is ready to tee it up. Back deep is going to be Simpson. He has run one touchdown, kickoff return back for a touchdown that counted. He ran one back that was called back on a flag. So the Rattlers have got to be much better in their kickoff coverage and the special teams in the second half.
And here we go.
Witzak hammers it deep. Takes a funny hop, but Simpson's got it at the 5.
Nice tackle. There you go.
Marquise Floyd wraps up Simpson at the 2. That's an improved special teams play, and that's what you wanted to see out of the Rattlers on the first play of the second half.
Exactly, and I bet they were told in the beginning, hey, listen, special teams, come on. Now's your time to come up. You've been coming up all year. You're coming up big.
Now, the other thing to look at here, too, is where Chicago is on the field. It's their worst starting field position of the night. And with the way the defense has been getting pressure on J.J. Ratternick, do you maybe smell a little safety? It just might happen. Gray, the motion man. Ratternick drops back. He's got time, fires it for Gray. That's complete to the 20-yard line. Virgil Gray taps down Reggie Gray. It's a gain of 18 and a first down for Chicago.
That was a very nice play for Chicago. I mean, they came right out and found an open man. I mean, he was wide open.
Yes, he was. So Chicago gets out of the shadows of their own goalposts, if you will. And they're starting to work their way downfield on the opening possession of the second half.
I don't see any shadows coming off those goalposts.
Not yet. Quick hitter to Dillon, and Marquise Floyd is there again. A long penalty flag is thrown in from about 30 yards away.
And what could that be?
I don't know, but Vince Hill is a little beside himself.
Could that be illegal defense?
I have no idea, especially getting it thrown from 30 yards away. Both coaches walking out to the end of the end zone trying to figure this out, and they can't. Here's the call.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a huge penalty right there.
Yeah. Well, Vince Hill's
It's a blow
talking
to the
with
head.
the official about it. He certainly doesn't agree with it, but either way, it is what it is, and hopefully Hill can get his head screwed back on quickly and not let the emotions overtake him. Either way, it's Chicago ball, 1st and 10 now at the Rattlers 20. So the question is, can the defense rise up here and try and get that third stop of the evening? Excuse me.
Yeah, let's see what they can do here.
Gray the motion man. Lee at the bottom. Dillon on top. Radnick drops back. Fires it. He's got Lee. Gets inside the 10. Gets pressed up against the board by Marquise Floyd at the 8. That's enough for a first down. It's now 1st and goal for Chicago.
And they're moving the ball right down the field. And, that was one of the things that we said prior to before halftime is, hey, listen, even if they score here on this first drive, can they go ahead? They're still going to have the lead.
Also keep in mind, so far Chicago is 1 of 3 on PATs tonight. Missed the kick, missed the option run for 2. Dillon the motion man. Ratternick drops back, fires it for the end zone. For Dillon, it's incomplete. Virgil Gray on the coverage, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal to go from the 9.
Ow. As we heard, as Andrew the Hammer Nordenmeyer actually threw the headphones off, because he's calling into Sirius Radio right now to report not only to Sirius Radio, but also to the Armed Forces Network for the troops that are listening around the world to this game. Gray in motion. Quarterback scrambles. Throws it out of bounds. Throws it out right through the end zone. He was scrambling for his life right there. Last time I saw someone run that quick, it was Dave Isaac being chased. Dave Isaac, you've polished off a big bag of popcorn tonight. I saw you do that. And here we go, 3rd down and 9. Ball on the 9-yard line, so it is 3rd and goal. Chicago at the line. In motion. There's a toss. Oh, picked off, intercepted by the Rattlers. Brought back to midfield by Marquise Floyd. There you go. Right in the end zone. It was deflected by Chicago, and Marquise Floyd picked it off and brought it back to the 23-yard line of the Rattlers. What a big turn. If they can score here, this would be huge. Just huge. No turnovers right here. And I'm sure that's what Kevin Guy just said to Nick Davila as he sent him into the huddle. Rattlers break. Jackson in motion. Davila back, fires. And it is complete to Kerry Reed. Yeah, it looks like about a 7-yard gain there. And it was. I'm sure Coach Kevin Guy told Davila, let's take your time. Let's take it right down the field. It's important. Reed in motion. Oh, that was, thank goodness Gether's got a paw on that one, because that would look like an easy pick. Now you've got 3rd, 2 yards to go. Ball on the Chicago Rush, 19-yard line. It's kind of funny. It actually got a little quiet here, and I'm really surprised that the crowd isn't really more pumped up than it is right now, with the Rattlers up 9 points with a possibility here of. There you go. You got first down. As that was found Reed out on the side.
Another first down for the Rattlers. They keep moving their way down the field. And I tell you, though, that Marquise Floyd interception is big. And like I said at the end of the halftime, an interception on the first series or a turnover of some sort and jamming it in for a score would make a big difference in this game.
This is huge that they come away with points here. I mean, Davila was very lucky here that he didn't get picked off on the very last play. Let's see what he does. He usually comes around with a real nice pass.
No, it's the Odie Express. Odie tries to go to the 10. He's still fighting his way through tacklers. And I tell you, that's the hardest gain of nothing I've seen all season. He literally burrowed through 4 tacklers and got back to the line.
But that's okay. Let's put a little pressure on him. Let's bang up some defenders with pounding Odie in there a little bit.
So, 8:49 to go. 28-19, Arizona leading Chicago. Looking for more, trying to make this a 16-point game. Jackson, the motion man, Geathers and Reed out there as well. Dowler drops back, fires for Jackson. He got
Wide
it!
Open.
Touchdown, Rattlers! There you go. There's a great play, and now the Rattlers have a 15-point lead.
He was wide open. I admit, blown coverage right there. Here's the replay.
Second look, Dowler finds Jackson, and there is no defender within about 3 yards of him there. Great catch by Jackson, make up for some of the drops earlier. It's a 15-point lead, an important extra point here by Whitsack to try and make this a 16-point.
Did you say great pass? I mean, Dave Isaac could have caught that.
Well, at this point, it's still a 15-point game. Whitsack's PAT is good. Now that makes it 16 points, 2 touchdowns, and 2-point conversions needed by Chicago to tie. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Rattler fans, direct your attention now to Red TV.
Hey, Night Man. Check out my blog at azrattlers.com. It's just like being in the hub.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, 7:50 to go in the third quarter, 35-19. The Rattlers with a 2-2 lead, two touchdowns and a pair of 2-point conversions is what Chicago needs to just force a tie. And that last touchdown was a big one, and Whitsack hitting the extra point really puts additional pressure on the rush.
Oh, that was huge. A turnover, an interception in the Rattlers end zone, taking it back to the midfield. just the interception itself to stop the rush, who were moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of reminiscent of that regular season game against Spokane where they're going back and forth, and the Rattlers made that one defensive stop in the third quarter, and it totally tipped the game in their favor. Could that be the case again tonight? I don't know, but hey, 22 minutes and 50 seconds of football remain in total. We will find out.
One thing it is noisy in this place.
Indeed it is, and I tell you, I don't know what the attendance figure is going to be tonight, but you know, it's a pretty decent crowd.
It's better than last week, but not by much.
Either way, though, hey, we might have one more game on Friday night if this holds up. Wichsack tees it up, hits it deep for Simpson. That hits the railing, and that's finally called a touchback, which is probably the best thing that could happen. Is it, you aim for the awning or the railing, and it nullifies the kick returner standing below it. We have an official timeout on the field. We will take it as well. 35-19, the Rattlers have the lead. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Appliances and computers, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And Aaron's, everyone is pre-approved for Aaron's Lease Plus with payments as low as $99.99 a month. Delivery and setup included. And best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Rattler fans, time for the Old Country Buffet free meal pass giveaway. Please welcome our Meals on Wheels delivery team from the Rat Pack and the OCB as they drive out free Old Country Buffet meal passes to one lucky row of Rattler fans. Prepare to be treated if you are seated in section 107, row 11. Congratulations, the Rat Pack is on the way with free meal passes, compliments of Old Country Buffet, the dining choice of your Arizona Rattlers.
.45 to go in the third quarter. Arizona leads at 35-19 over Chicago. And again, for the second time this half, the rush starts with poor field position. Marquise Floyd, the great special teams play last time down. This time it's a touchback. And it just seems like the closer the rush start to their own end zone, the more energy the defense has to try and get pressure on J.J. Ratternick.
I'm kind of spent. I'm spent already.
There's still a lot of football to be played.
You're right. There's a lot of football, and just remember I'm just going to keep on bringing it up. Just remember the comeback that this Chicago Rush team made on the Rattlers just in May, just a couple months ago.
Leave the man in motion, Gray to the top of the screen. Ratternick drops back, fires over the middle. That is incomplete. Lee had it bounce off his hands. Vince Hill and Marquise Floyd in coverage, and it's now going to be 2nd and 10.
And let's bring up a something here. This Chicago front line is very good offensive line. Virtually, the Rattlers have not had any pressure at all on the quarterback tonight, and that's very unusual because this defensive line is excellent and has put pressure on teams all year.
Indeed they have, but Ratternick's trying to find a little more time to throw. Ratternick fires there. That's incomplete for Dillon.
That's over the top. That's offensive that's interference.
Yeah.
Not offensive, defensive interference.
That's on Marquise Floyd for going over the back, and that's going to be a first down for Chicago. It's a pretty fundamental call to make there.
Yeah, that was too easy.
So it's going to be rush ball.
I don't want to say it, Rattlers fans. You've heard me all year. Who do you think could have made that call? Who do you think? Dave Isaac.
Going in motion there, Shantone Powers. Haven't called his name much tonight. Curtin, the fullback, lost the ball. It's
just
loose. And it's recovered by the Rattlers. Vince Hill at the 7-yard line.
There we go, baby.
A big play in this game, and if the Rattlers can score here, oh my. Vince Hill dances in the end zone in celebration, and the Rattlers are in position to really blow this open. What a play.
Absolutely. They get it here, baby.
Second look on the screen. Curtin never finds the pitch. It bounces off his hands. Hawthorne pops it up. Lasper takes a whack at it. He knocks it to the boards. And there is Vince Hill to corral it up against the wall. And it's Arizona ball. A terrific defensive play. Defensive stop number 4 tonight. And I tell you, and hey, why not? Vince Hill getting his groove on.
With the ball on the 7-yard line, the Rattlers take possession here.
Gathers Reed, Jackson the receivers. Dalva drops back, fires the end zone for Jackson.
Oh, that's passing. No?
No flag thrown. Vic Hall pushed Jackson.
What do you call that?
There might be 8,000 fans in this arena who called it, but the 6 guys in striped shirts didn't. That's second down. Second look at this one.
What was the ref looking at?
And you see that push off. It may have been a little bit too high, possibly uncatchable. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, but he tripped him. You didn't even have a chance.
Wow. Well, time continues to tick down here. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. 35-19. Rattlers looking for more. Davla drops back, looking, fires, Gathers at the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Rattlers! Gathers' third touchdown of the night, and the Rattlers are up by 22.
Well, you know what?
What?
I guess they really didn't need Trandon Harvey this game.
Maybe not. But I tell you, Jason Gathers has 3 scores tonight. The Rattlers are up 22. And now another PAT coming from Witzak, and I tell you, they cashed in the fumble.
And one thing is, keep on putting the pressure. Keep on putting the pressure. There's still a lot of time in this game.
Indeed there is. McCullough the snap to Harris. Witzak's kick is up. Missed it. Okay, so it's still a 22-point lead. 41-19 with 4.5 to go in the third quarter. The Rattlers are looking good on Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Hey, nice man. Hope to see you after the game at Coach and Willie's, the Rattlers post-game playoff party headquarters.
Ninth man time now for the Peoria Kia Rattlers road race. Please direct your attention to the LED ring outside section 120 as we introduce tonight's racers. In lane 1, the Black Optima representing section 115. In lane 2, the Red Optima representing section 103.
Back in the U.S. Airways Center, it's 41-19. The Rattlers have a 22-point lead over the Chicago Rush. And I tell you, the defense is looking good. A fumble recovery by Vince Hill gets cashed into a touchdown. Gathers has 3 scores tonight, and the Rattlers are in a real good spot with just 20 minutes to go in the game.
Well, you know, the whole thing is keep on putting the pressure on, keep on putting it on. The Rattlers are sitting in the driver's seat right now, but don't take any plays off.
Nope.
And keep on putting the pressure on.
Exactly, and keep in mind too, though, that, you know, hey, there's still a lot of football to be played. It's arena football. You never know what will happen inside a final minute. But what you try and do is try and keep this buffer big. Keep it at 3 possessions. If you do that, the last quarter could go by pretty quickly.
It could.
Also tonight, the attendance was announced, 6,886.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know tonight if it was just the fact that the Diamondbacks, who are just only about 2 blocks from here, had a game against the Los Angeles Dodgers in which they've lost. And I really don't know if that affected the crowd.
I don't know if it did, but I tell you, the group of just under 7,000 that's in here, they're doing a heck of a job tonight. The ones that are here are doing a great job.
Well,
Witzak tees this one up. Simpson back to return.
And
off the
again,
overhang, and they're going to let him run it out.
I'm
Simpson, hello. He got upended on the 9-yard line there. I believe that was Vince Hill. Yep, Vince Hill again runs slow and flips Simpson over.
I'm surprised that they let him run it out anyhow. I mean, because that definitely hit the overhang.
Yep, and there's a replay of the tackle. Vince Hill goes low, and in football, low pads win every time. So, 41-19. Chicago may have to change their game plan a little bit.
Well, they got to go for it. They have to keep on. They got to go for the end zone almost every possession here.
Ratternick, pump fake.
And here it goes. Here
he's
goes.
Looking for Gray.
And he's wide open.
Got it? No, he dropped it.
Wow.
Reggie Gray dropped that ball in the end zone. And Ratternick took a good hit at the end of the play, and Ratternick is down on the 1 yard line. He is face down on the turf. This could be big for Chicago.
Right, and I didn't see what happened to him.
Well, let's take a second look, and just as after he let go of it, I think he had Antosh Hawthorne right in his chest. And there's the second look. Gray ran into the wall and just dropped it. So if J.J. Ratternick goes out of the game,
I'm looking for the replay on the hit to the quarterback, but I don't really see it.
It was before that replay there on Gray, but
well, it must have been legal because the referee was right there. There is no flag down.
Now the other thing to keep in mind is that as we see him tend to Ratternick there, backup quarterback Dominic Randolph is taking snaps from the center to try and get himself into the game quickly because Ratternick's going to have to go out for at least one play.
Right, he is going out for one play.
3:51 to go. Ratternick knocked down but not out. And Arizona still has that 22-point advantage.
And I'm just shocked that it was Gray, correct, on the other end? I'm surprised that he dropped that ball. He was wide open.
He had nobody between him and the 20-yard line to defend. The only guy back there for the Rattlers was Feng, the mascot. He was the only one. So 2nd and 10 at the Chicago 10. Dominic Randolph under center, drops back, has some time.
Oh, he got hit again. He got hit.
Hit as he threw it, trying to go for Reggie Gray. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, now that defensive line, knowing that they have to come up and throw long passes, is starting to tee off on the quarterback.
Well, that quarterback is now going to be J.J. Ratternick again as Randolph
now he's back
out.
No, he's not, is he? Yes, he is.
Ratternick is back in the huddle. He just got it back on the field. 3rd and 10 at the Chicago 10. Let's see if the rush can do anything or if the Rattlers are going to hold one more time. Ratternick drops back. He's got time. Fires it.
Intercepted.
Virgil Gray. Flag is thrown after the interception. Gray is tackled at midfield. But either way, that's Arizona ball. And that's their third stop of the third quarter. Chicago does not have a point this quarter.
This is huge. Absolutely huge. Okay, granted, there's a penalty on the Rattlers, but they've got the ball.
Exactly. The flag was thrown after the change of possession, so Arizona keeps it. And I tell you, if they can score here and make this almost a 30-point game.
They're right. There's no way.
Yeah. Illegal block in the back, and Vince Hill is the call by the official. So there's a timeout on the field. We will take it as well. The Rattlers up by 22 with 2:50 to go in the third quarter, and they have the ball. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Autographs of your favorite Rattlers players. You can access the field from sections 116 and 124. Your favorite Rattlers players and sidelines will sign autographs for 30 minutes at 6 locations on the field. To ensure your safety and those around you, we ask that you not run on the field or throw footballs. Ninth man, it's contest time on the carpet. Time for the Rattlers Kick to Win contest. And here's your host, Kendall of the Sidewinders.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, the Rattlers have a 22-point lead. They have 2:50 to go in the third quarter. They have the ball after a Virgil Gray interception. He cut in front of Chicago's Reggie Gray and picked the ball off. A penalty after the change of possession gives the Rattlers the ball on their own 15-yard line. And I tell you, this might be the drive that if the Rattlers score and get up by 29 points like they were against Spokane, it's going to be close to lights out.
Let's just not. What I don't want to see is the Rattlers give the ball away themselves. Watch out for some cheap shots by Chicago right now on Davila.
Davila, quick hitter to Reed and completes Vic Hall on the coverage. Hit Reed in the hand, he just could not reel it in. But second down and 10, and more importantly, the clock keeps on rolling.
Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting for a shot on Davila here.
Second and 10 at the Arizona 15. Gathers your motion man. Jackson and Reed out there as well. Davila drops back. He's got time. He tries to get away from the rush, but doesn't. And he's sacked back at the 10-yard line. A loss of 5 there. And I think he may have tripped over one of his linemen trying to scramble out of the pocket. Either way, it's going to be 3rd and long now. 3rd and 15 from the Arizona 10. Down inside a minute 45 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, what they need to do is get a first down here.
They got to get it out to midfield in order to do so. But again, 3rd and long, and those pressure downs or 4th downs tonight have been pretty good to the Rattlers. Reed in motion. Davila drops back, fires it over the middle for Reed. It's incomplete. Hall was over the top, but no flag is thrown. And Davila winds up on his back at the end of the play. No flag there either. It's 4th and 15 at the 10.
So what do you think they're going to do here? I mean, 15 on the 10-yard line. Do you kick it away? Do you throw it downfield?
Well, you really can't kick it away, if you will, because a field goal from there will be rather dangerous. At this point, Davila and Rattlers are going to go for it, but the question is, do you try and find someone underneath at the first down sticks, or do you maybe just throw up a prayer off the net? We'll find out. Jackson in motion, man. Davila drops back. He's got time.
And
he is hit, sacked, and dropped at the 10.
He's crushed. He might be hurt.
No, he's getting back up.
I don't know. He's getting up slow. Oh.
All right, he's popping back up here.
Well, that actually turned out to be fairly decent for Chicago.
Indeed it is. Go ahead, Kingpin. Take it from here.
And with the rush taking over on the Rattlers 10-yard line, a good defensive stop there by Chicago rush. This might give them some momentum. Let's see what the Rattlers can do here on defense. In motion is great. Quarterback tries to scramble, but Tyree Glassberg brings him down. And Chicago does have Dominic Randolph in there as their quarterback. Again, another interception by Virgil Gray. And again, another penalty in the end zone. And I don't know why they gave him a penalty. There's a little talking going on in the field there, but it sure looked like Virgil Gray intercepted that ball. They've got to keep that play. Oh, he actually looked like he kicked him, and that's why McCullough actually stood up for Gray. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With that, we will take a timeout. You're listening to Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the NFL's hottest answers, the Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders. Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders. Presented by Sari Salon, Gold Skin, Renovation, and Beauty Secrets. Minutes to a conference title. Come on, ninth man. Let's turn this into a party. Come on and get loud. Make some noise for your Arizona Rattlers.
And the Rattlers do lead after 3 quarters, 41-19 over Chicago. 22-point lead here as the fourth quarter is about to begin. And 15 minutes for the Rattlers before they make it here into the Arena Bowl. And boy, oh boy, what a year this has been. We've been here from the very beginning, the Hammer and myself, and it's great to see this.
Start of the fourth quarter, 22-point lead. This is a good way to be for the Rattlers, although that penalty brings the ball back to the 1.5. And I tell you, just got the third quarter stats. Nick Davila, 19 of 32 and a quarter and 5 scores. Nice night for Nick Davila. Gathers with 100 yards receiving and 3 of those touchdowns. Davila drops back of the end zone, has to get rid of it. He does. It's a wobbly duck to Reed. It is picked off by Vic Hill. And he's wrestled down to the 15 by Kerry Reed. And, you know, you really can't fault Davila in that one. He was running out of end zone and just had to get rid of it.
Yeah, but I would have rather seen him thrown in the seats.
Agreed. He should have turned a little more to the side and fired it as a souvenir, maybe to Peanut down there. But
right, exactly. Just throw it away.
But still, that's about the first mistake the Rattlers have made tonight on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, you know what? In this game, you can score a touchdown so quick as you don't want to give your opponent the advantage. And, man, my God, Virgil Gray, what a game on defense, huh?
Yeah. I tell you, with the way this defense has been playing, I'm sure they're probably smiling about being back out there again. Gray, the motion man. Randolph under center, drops back, tries to fire a quick one to Dillon. He gets bumped off by Gray, but knocked down. McCullough's there to clean up the tackle at the 20. It's a gain of about 4. And the Rush are going to try to come back in this game with their backup quarterback after Ratternick got dropped out with an injury late in the third.
Virgil Gray is all over the field as usual.
But again,
let's not make it easy. Let's
make it a long, difficult drive because clock is still running. 14 minutes to go. Randolph dropping back. Fires it for Gray. Too far. Nice snag by the fan in the first row in the black shirt.
It wasn't by Peanut, though, was it? No, there he is.
No, but that's a nice grab by the fan. That brings up 3rd and 6 at the 20. So can the Rattler defense force a 5th consecutive stop?
And, you know, I guess their starting quarterback is really hurt.
Yeah, he came back in for one play and went back out. So Ratternick is probably done for the night. It's going to be Randolph the rest of the way for Chicago. Randolph drops back, has time, fires it for Gray. That is caught. Reggie Gray, touchdown Chicago.
Yep, Gray was in front of Gray there. And that's what I said. What you don't want to do is let him have the, you know, Davila's throw is ill-advised. And, you know, what can you say?
Well, 13 minutes and counting left. Chicago down by 16, only going for 1 PAT here. Gould got it. So it's 41-26, a 15-point game with just under 13 minutes to go.
And you know what the play's going to be.
Probably an onside kick. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll see what happens. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Wow.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, Chicago's got a touchdown to cut it to 41-26. And the Rattlers have got a pretty good hands unit out there, but Gray is still deep to return. So we'll see what Chicago does here, if they're going to try to be sneaky with the onside, or if they're going to boot it deep and take their chances with Gray.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it's about time that Chicago starts with, starts putting away the, they're trying to make a comeback here because, hey, listen, there's not much time left here. There's enough.
Yeah. So fans are on their feet getting loud. We'll see what happens on this kickoff. So Gold ready to tee it up. Gray's back in case of a deep return. And Gray's going to get a chance. It's not going to hit the net. Gray jumps up and gets it in the end zone. Cuts left, lost the ball. Did he get it back? I think he did. Oh, that was dangerous. Jason Simpson popped the ball out, and Virgil Gray was able to fall back on it. Oh, boy, that was close.
Oh, Nelly.
That might have been a palpitation or two.
Oh, Nelly.
So, Rattlers hang on to the ball, thankfully. Start at the 8-yard line. Their own 8, that is. And let's see if the Rattlers can go down, get a touchdown, and make this, again, a 22-point game. Alba drops back. He's got some time. Fires it. He's got Jackson, but it's incomplete. Vic Hall right there as soon as the ball was thrown, and it's 2nd and 10. But also keep in mind the clock keeps running. It's a 35-second play clock, so we keep ticking down even after every incompletion. It's going to be down under 12 minutes here when this next play goes off. Second and 10 at the Arizona 8. Read the motion man. Geathers out there. Jackson as well. Same receivers all night. Fowler drops back, fires it. That is caught and dropped by Kerry Reed. Vic Hall was again all over Reed.
Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't called interference. It looked like he hit him before.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the Arizona 8, and all of a sudden the Rattler offense seems
they're starting to look like they're in. Well, the thing is, the throws are there. You need to hang on to them.
Yeah. And again, we still have not seen Trandon Harvey on the field for an offensive play tonight.
He is standing there in the end zone.
Dowell on 3rd down, drops back, fires it deep for Jackson. He caught it! Down to the Chicago 4-yard line. Big play there.
But there's a penalty marker down. And guess who it's on?
This would be a terrible time for an offensive holding call.
And it is.
Kevin Guy is upset. Flag's thrown there at the 14-yard line. So a big play is wiped out by a penalty.
I do not like the flow of this game right now. This flow is going in Chicago's direction. Just like it did last game here in May. And you got to stop this right now. If you want to go to the Arena Bowl, you got to stop this.
3rd and 14 on the Arizona 4, under 11 minutes to go. Dowell drops back, fires. Jackson dropped it. Had it hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. And now it's going to be 4th and 14 from the Rattlers 4-yard line. What seemed like a really big lead about 5 minutes ago is now a lot of question marks.
That's right. This is not. I don't like the flow.
And I tell you though, the Rattler receivers have not been hanging on to him. As I tell you, Dowell's last 3 passes have all hit guys in the hands.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you don't bring in. As I see a number 23 walking down, remember that's Devin Hester's number.
Yep. Well, it's 4th and 14 at the Arizona 4. They need a big play here. Dowell drops back. He's got time. Dances right. Fires for Jackson. That is tipped up into the 4th row. Incomplete. And the rush hold. They get the ball on the Arizona 4-yard line. And now the Rattler defense really is going to need to rise up.
You know, this has the feel of last game, except it's happening a lot with a lot of time left.
Well, either way, there's a timeout on the field. We'll take it as well. 10:02 left in this game. 41-26 Arizona. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
And hit by number 20, Kevin McCollum, starts Internet Technologies hit of the game.
Hey, nice man. It's time to pump it up. Time for the fist pump cam.
All right, a little more authority this time. Let's see ya. All the fist bump cam. There we go. We need to pump it up. Get some energy in this place. Let's see ya.
Back at the U.S. Airways Center, the Rattler fans who thought their ticket was pretty much punched to the Arena Bowl are now searching for some answers as the Chicago Rush has now made another stop, denying the Rattlers on 4th and 14 on their own 4. And that's where Chicago starts this drive with 10:02 to go, and the Rattlers still hold on to a 15-point lead.
You have to put Trandon Harvey in this game now. He's got the best hands on this team. You've got too many drop passes right now by the Rattler receivers. You got to get some help out there. Davila getting you the ball. You got to hang on.
Exactly. The offensive line is doing its job. Davila stayed upright for the most part tonight, and the throws are right there. Some of them have been deflected away by Vic Hall, the great cornerback for the Chicago Rush, but some of them are just hitting the Rattlers in the hands, and they are not hauling them in. You've got to be able to get your hands on the ball if you want to get your hands on the trip to the Arena Bowl. But again, can the Rattler defense rise to the occasion and make a stop here? One change I do see on the field, I see Riley Swanson on the field. Vince Hill is on the bench. Gray the motion man. Ratternick is back at quarterback for Chicago. The pitch is to the fullback, Waugh. Waugh tries to get
Touchdown.
in, and he's in. Chicago is within 9 points.
Marcus Waugh, 4 yards for the Western Center.
And back to within those 9 points.
Oh, boy. 9.
Man, 22, and how quick was that?
That was just one play right in the end zone. But again,
No, but I'm talking about just this 2-touchdown catch up here.
yeah. But the start of the fourth quarter was a 41-19 game. So Chicago goes for 2 here. Ratternick drops back, fires it in the end zone. He's got his man. The deuce is good to Dillon, and we now have a 7-point game with 9 minutes remaining. We're going to take a timeout on the field. Let's see what happens over the final 9 minutes. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Willie's on 3rd Street just south of Jackson for the postgame playoff party gathering. You can meet your Rattlers coaches and players right after the game. Head on over to Coach and Willie's, 3rd Street just south of Jackson, a short walk from the U.S. Airways Center. All right, 9th man, make some noise. It's free t-shirt time.
Left in the U.S. Airways Center. What was a 22-point game 6 minutes ago is now a 7-point game. Rush got the touchdown from Waugh, the 2-pointer to Gray, and now all of a sudden, what seemed like it was going to be cruise control for the fourth has suddenly become a football game. And this is really up for grabs now as we have 9 minutes left, and the Rattlers clinging to a 1-touchdown lead.
All the momentum going with Chicago right now. Now, finally, are we going to see Trandon Harvey? First of all, the thing is, will the Rush try an onside kick here?
Well, given the fact that Virgil Gray is back to return and they have that overhang to work with, they might just try and hammer it off the overhang of the railing and to basically nullify Gray. All right, we will see what happens here with Gould on the kickoff. Doesn't seem like they're lined up for an onside kick, but you never know. Rattlers look like they have their standard return unit out there. So we'll see what Gould does here. It's actually 9:07 left in the game, not 9 minutes, 9:07. And Gould's going to kick it deep. That's off the iron, and that's going to be a touchback. So, like I said, take the big kick returner out of the game.
And again, Brandon Harvey is not coming out.
They're just puzzling. So can the Rattlers get out of the shadow of their own end zone? 1st and 10 on their own 5-yard line. They really need to get some forward
Who
progress.
knows if Brandon Harvey's, he's got to be eligible for this game because he's been in it.
Yeah, he's been out there for exactly 2 plays on special teams.
Yep.
Gethers the motion man. Davila drops back. Fires for Gethers. Good pass. Caught by Gethers at the 16. That's the 1st-yard line. That's the first pass we've seen out of the Rattlers in about 4 minutes. Well, that makes you breathe a little easier for a few seconds here.
Only for a few seconds. I mean, they got a game going here. They have to score.
Yeah.
They have to score here.
We'll be down to about 8 minutes left when we have this ball snapped. Reed on top, Jackson the motion man, Gethers on the bottom. Fake pitch to Odie, quick hitter to Gethers. Gethers to the 20, 25, 20, he might go. Jackson throwing a block downfield, Gethers is in! Touchdown Rattlers!
There you go, baby.
Jason Gethers, 4th touchdown of the night, and the Rattlers are up by 13.
That's a huge play.
A simple fake one-way on the play action to Odie, back to Gethers on the boards. Here's a second look. And once you see him make a move there, he's around the defender. It's a foot race to the end zone. Hall can't bring him down, and Gethers has a 13-point lead now for the Rattlers. That's huge.
It's a huge play. Just remember, though, a lot of time. A lot of time to go.
7.5 left in regulation. Witzak gone for the PAT.
Let's make it now.
Hold is good. Kick is good. 2 touchdown leads for the Rattlers with 7:14 to go. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
Hey, Ninth Man, you know what time it is? That's right, it's time to rise for your Rattlers.
That's more like a Ninth Man. Come on, get on up, get on your seats, stand up.
Back to the U.S. Airways Center, it's 48-34. 7:14 left to go in the game. Jason Gethers made his 4th touchdown catch of the night. That one a nice one along the boards, getting through the defenders. And the Rattlers have a little more cushion being up by 14, but Reggie Gray is back to return the kickoff. He's run 6 backdoor scores this season. Witzak hammers it off the net. Gray fields it cleanly in the end zone. Comes out to the 5, to the 10, meets a couple Rattlers there. Vince Hill and Virgil Gray escort him to the turf at the 15, and that's where Chicago starts its next drive.
Chicago's been bringing them back pretty good tonight. I mean, you know, even bringing it back to the 15-yard line is a nice return.
Pretty consistently, except for that when it either hits the railing back there or in Marquise Lloyd made that one great special team tackle.
Yeah, that was about the only time that they really had to stop.
So Chicago's getting pretty good field position out of this game tonight, but can they cash in? Under 7 minutes left, Rarnick back at quarterback. Rattlers ahead by 2 scores. Ratternick drops back, finds Lee on the boards. Vince Hill pushes him up against the boards. It's a gain of about 9. It'll be second and short.
Takes him right near midfield.
But again, the clock is Chicago's enemy right now, 6.5 and rolling. Gray the motion man, Ratternick drops back, rolling right, stops, fires. He had a man drop. Marquise Floyd separated Charles Dillon from the ball.
Oh, why is there a flag?
Wow.
What's the flag for?
I have no idea.
And it's going to be against, I know it's going to be against the Rattlers. That's a joke.
That is a terrible call and a terrible
That's
time.
a joke. That came so long after the play. That's a joke. That's a joke. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Come on. Come on, refs. That's a joke.
Well, the Rush get the ball at the 16-yard line of Arizona following that just terrible penalty call at this point in the game. Because, I mean, he got there and he hit him cleanly, so either way. Dillon the motion man. Ratternick drops back, fires quickly. He's got Reggie Gray on the top of the screen. Gets out to about the 10-yard line. He's actually inside the 10 at the 9. Going to be second down, about 5 to go.
I don't know. I'm still shaking my head about that call because I don't understand it. What did he do?
I don't know. It must have been if he jumped up and celebrated with another one of his teammates. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of.
Come on, guys. This is the conference championship game.
2nd and 3 at the 9. Ratternick drops back, has Lee. Floyd pushes him up against the boards at the 4. So Chicago gets a first down inside the Rattlers 5. And it's going to be first and goal, but again, the clock continues to run. 5 minutes left in the game right now.
I see Les Propstein, the announcer from Chicago, up on his feet.
Gray the motion man. Ratternick drops back, rolling out to his right, fires for the end zone. Does he have Gray?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. It's a touchdown, and it's 48-40. So 4.5 and rolling now. Gould's on for the extra point. Again, though, Chicago's trying to rush out on the field. If Gould blows this extra point, it could be huge. Randolph the hold. Gould's kick is good. 48-41. Rattlers lead the Rush. 4:26 left in regulation time. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nipsey.
After tonight's game, by heading down to the field, you can line up outside sections 116 and 124. 6 tables on the field for the Rattlers players and sidewinders to sit at. No running on the field or throwing footballs. The session will last for approximately 30 minutes, and we thank you for being the best fans in the Arena Football League. Let's get that one right back as the clock continues to tick. Come on, ninth man, get up and make some noise!
4:26 left in this one. Chicago is trailing the Arizona Rattlers 48-41. Chicago just scored a touchdown, hit their PAT. It's a 7-point game. I think it's a little too early to go for an onside kick because you know those 1-minute timing rules in this league. But Gould is going to hammer it away, and Virgil Gray has a chance here. Short of the nets. Gray fields it cleanly in the end zone. Cuts to his left to the 5, goes back, reverses field to his right, now back to his left, ducks through 3 tacklers. He might go. Virgil Gray around Gould. He could go. Gould pushes him against the board. Gray still going. It would have been a touchdown, but he got pushed out of bounds by Gould at the 20.
He got pushed out, and we got a Rattler down.
Wow.
Marquise Floyd, but he looks like he hopped back up.
Yeah, he's good. Wow, Virgil Gray was that close to breaking it. Wow, still a great return, an excellent field position for Arizona, and if not for Chris Gould, there's an offside on Chicago. So now with that penalty on top of Virgil Gray's great return, Rattlers are going to have the ball first and goal inside the Chicago 5. This is where you start seeing, as we take a second look at this one, left, right, back, left, now right through 3 tackles. Simpson couldn't get him. Morris couldn't get him, and again, Gould pinches him right there at about the 21-yard line.
Right, and he just got knocked out by Gould. Ball sitting on the 13-yard line of Chicago.
So now with under 4 minutes left, the Rattlers still looking to try and get some more points. Dalva drops back, has time, fires underneath to a receiver. That's Jackson. Check that, it's Jason Geathers. He's close to the first down, gets about 7. Clock continues to run as Geathers went down in bounds. 3.5 to go. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but my stomach is literally turning. I'm telling you. I'm starting to get.
My stomach is doing somersaults and cartwheels. I think it's trying out for the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team. 2nd and 2 from the Chicago 5. Jackson, the motion man. Dalva drops back, looks right, fires. Jackson caught it. Touchdown, Rattlers! There you go. It's a 2-touchdown game again as we tick inside of 3 minutes.
Wow.
Second look at that one. Dalva dropped back, quick hitter to Jackson. He was there ahead of Vic Hall, and Jackson makes the touchdown catch. Rattlers, again, back to that 2-touchdown lead, assuming Witzak can hit a very important PAT.
Every point is important. Every second ticking off that clock is important.
McCullough, the snapper. Little high to Harris. Witzak's got it up.
No
Hit
good.
The upright.
That's huge.
Oh boy.
That is huge right there.
Well, 2:25 left, a 13-point lead.
Now, if you remember, I can't help it. I have to take you back to the game in May. Just around this time, it seemed like, well, actually they caught up 9 points, but you know, I still remember a return by Simpson.
Yeah.
Late in that game. Let's see what the Rattlers do here.
The defensive coverage on this kickoff, on the kickoff coverage, has got to be there. And I tell you, this is definitely, an acid time here. But you know what? This is why you love the game. It's high scoring, it's total offense, and you never know what's going to happen. And hey, look out there on the field. It's Brandon Harvey making his 3rd appearance on the field tonight.
Right, and I'm really surprised that he would play on special teams, because special teams really, you can get injured on special teams a lot easier, I think, than regular flow of action.
Because you're getting a lot of smash collisions real quick. 2:25 to go here. Arizona set to kick this one off. Witzak hammers it deep. It's going to be Simpson back to return. Off the bottom of the iron. That's picked up by the up back, Perry Kyles. Kyles cutting to his right. Gets knocked off his feet by the 15. And again, the Rattlers special teams looking okay. Not great, but, good enough there. And I tell you, if Kyles is not in the right position to get that wacky carom, that could have been a Rattler ball.
That could have been a Rattler touchdown right there.
Boy, could you imagine? I think if that would have happened, the Rattlers would have scored. You might need a new roof for the U.S. Airways Center.
I thought it just had a new roof.
Maybe it did. So can the Rattler defense rise up here? 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Radnick drops back. Looking, he's got time. Fires it deep for Reggie Gray. That is incomplete. Receiver and defensive back tangled their feet. No flag is thrown.
Right, that would have been just like earlier when the Rattler receiver, got tangled up.
So again, 137, 136 and counting. We're getting close to that 1 minute warning. Lee on the bottom, Gray the motion man, Dillon on the top. Rarick drops back. Again, he's got time. Fires over the middle for Reggie Gray. Hit by Floyd at midfield and dumped right there. And that'll take us down to the 1 minute warning. 54-41. Arizona is going to have the lead going into the final minute of the game. Rarick's trying to run the rush in a hurry-up offense, but I don't think they're going to get a playoff before the 1 minute warning.
No, I don't think they will.
All right.
And there we go.
All right, that's the 1 minute warning. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back here. Rattlers by 13. This is Pro Sports Broadcasting on Nifty.
That's a 1 minute warning. 1 minute time rules are now in effect. All instant replay challenges will now be eliminated from the replay booth. There will be no more coaches challenges. Time out.
Here for the AFL's hottest dancers, the Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders. The best fans in the Arena Football League get to show they are the loudest fans in the Arena Football League.
And it's Bob King Panaris back here at U.S. Airways Arena. U.S. Airways. And the roof is coming off this place. We got 1 minute to go with Chicago in possession of the ball. And the quarterback is sacked. Quarterback is sacked. Great defensive play there by the Rattlers as they sack the quarterback. 50 seconds and rolling with the clock. Oh, they just reset it to 51. And there's a timeout by Chicago. And we're going to take a timeout as well.
A big sack there by the Rattlers, pushes it back to about 2nd and 18, or a big sack of Rattlers. It is getting loud in here. The fans are on their feet. And I tell you, this is the time where after Chicago called its timeout, the Rattlers have got to find a way to make one more defensive stand. One defensive stand from the Arena Bowl.
Everybody's up now, so I'm getting up too.
Lee and Gray on the bottom, Dillon on the top. He's your motion man for Chicago. Rarick drops back. He's got time. Fires it. Tip by McCullough. It's caught by Lee.
Caught.
Vince Hill drags Lee down at the 20.
I think McCullough actually helped the Chicago defender by tipping that ball. Tipped it right in his hands.
But Chicago's not calling a timeout. Clock continues to run. 54-41. Rattlers lead. 30 seconds left in regulation time, and the Rush need 2 scores. Rarick drops back. Dillon was the motion man, fires it. He's got
wide
Lee
open.
underneath to the 10.
Wide open.
He's
Let's
down
just
to
keep
the
him out.
8.
Let's make it tough.
And now the Chicago takes its final timeout with 19 seconds left.
I don't know. It's. I still.
Okay, it's the second timeout. Second timeout.
I still don't like that we missed that extra point there.
Yeah.
Because they could score, and then you know it's going to be an onside kick.
But I tell you, if Kevin McCullough, instead of tipping that to Lee, catches that and makes an interception, we got one more game next week. Not on Nifty, but we
Right.
have one more game next week.
Right. Yeah, we won't be with you. This is our last game.
Yep.
Just to let you know, you folks on Nifty, once this game is over, final clock goes 0, we're out of here.
Yep, but
And we
anyway,
appreciate you listening to us all year.
making us the number one most watched game in the Arena Football League. Thank you so much, fans. I tell you, these fans are on their feet now. Lead the motion man. Ratternick drops back. He's under pressure. Flushes himself out to the left. Priors it.
Throws it away.
Throws it to the Rattler bench. 12 seconds to go. Second and goal from the 8.
Well, that took 7 seconds off. That's way too much time. And you can give that one to the coverage guys on the Rattlers.
Yep. So second and goal from the 8. Rattlers lead by 13 points. 12 seconds to go. Killing the motion man. Ratternick drops back. He's rolling, faking, fires it towards the end zone. He's got a man. It's Lee. It's a touchdown. 6 seconds to go.
6 seconds to go.
54-47. Gould's going to come on for a very important PAT.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge because you know what they're going to go for right now. It's definitely going to be an onside kick. It has to be.
Well, yeah, when you have 6 seconds potentially left in your season, you have to. So Gould's on for the PAT for Chicago. Randolph the holder. Snap is good. Kick is up. It is good. 6-point game. 6 seconds left. Let's just keep it right here. Oh boy. So basically everybody in this building expects Chicago to try an onside kick here. Now, like last time, Chicago tried an onside kick in the game in May. The Rattlers couldn't come up with it. The Rattlers need to recover this kick.
They have to recover the kick. I mean,
and then
the whole thing is, yeah, exactly. They have to not only recover the kick, well, that's all they really have to do. Because then they can throw it. Just waste some time.
Exactly.
The thing is, though, they have the onside kick.
Yep.
Even if Chicago recovers, they're going to have to go that whole distance. I'd rather see the Rattlers recover.
Yeah.
But they've got a long way to go with just 6 seconds to go.
And plus some time is going to probably come off that clock on the onside kick, so it may be a potential 40-yard play with 3 seconds left. So the hands unit out.
Where are they going? Where are the people going? Why are they leaving?
I don't know.
Why are they leaving?
All right, so who's out there for the Rattlers? You've got Hawthorne, Harrington, McCullough, the OD Express, Jason Getters, Riley Swanson, Marquise Boyd, and Virgil Gray.
Well, there's absolutely no one sitting down. No. Everybody up here on Press Road is up. Everybody in the stats, everybody is standing in the stadium.
And we're going to have a timeout called by Arizona.
What was that?
That was a timeout called by Arizona right before that onside kick. The Rattlers weren't ready, and it's a good thing that Swanson got that timeout called. You know, you got 3 timeouts, you might as well use one.
Did Gould really think that he was going to just pick it up and run with it?
Well, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can advance the onside kick like that, but well.
Can you pick up your own onside kick and run with it?
I mean, you can recover your own onside kick, but run with it, I don't think so.
Oh boy! I'll tell you. You know what?
Right
you
now.
know what?
What?
This season for the Rattlers has started out with these last-second dramatic games, right? Mm-hmm. It's been that way all through the season. And again, as we come down here in the conference championship game, same thing.
Yep. But remember, at the start of the fourth quarter, Arizona was up by 22 points.
Right, exactly.
All right, Rattlers are lined up trying to recover an onside kick. Gould is going to hammer it deep. There's nobody back for the Rattlers. That's off the iron. Can the Rattlers get it? It's loose in the end zone. Did the Rush get it?
Did the
Rush get it?
I think the Rush got it.
There's a whistle. We don't have a signal. pile up in the corner. The Rattlers are celebrating. Kevin Guy's coming out of the pile saying the Rattlers got it. It's a touchback. Oh, boy.
And all I see are Chicago guys throwing their helmets up. Now what do? You just throw the ball deep, right? You just throw it up, throw it up in the stands.
Yeah, that's what you do, because remember, you got to have the ball go forward over the line of scrimmage, otherwise the clock stops. So
let's hear the call. I thought they were looking at replay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, doctor.
Oh, I don't like previous reviews.
But remember,
I don't like that. I don't like
you got to
reviews.
remember, though, the call on the field is touchback. There has to be something conclusive to overturn it. Wow. A review with 5 seconds left in regulation for a scrum in the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Well, let's see. Unfortunately, we don't get a choice. I really couldn't tell there, and
I guess it just was a giant scrum there in front of the Rattler bench, and I couldn't make heads or tails of it from where we are.
So what happens? What happens? If they recover it, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a live ball. Boy, a pressure-packed, extremely tense moment here.
And they're watching.
On the replay.
Well, the referee just took off his headset. That was a pretty quick review. Let's take it down to the field.
The most important call of the season for both teams. Here it is.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Touchback.
That's it, baby. That's it. Just toss it up.
Wow. The Rattlers dodge a bullet at the end and have just enough to hold on and win here. Again, they just got to get the ball over the line of scrimmage and just have Davila throw souvenirs. Wow. Holy palpitations, Batman. This is a heck of a game. Jackson the motion man. Davila dropping back. Fires a souvenir. 1 second
to
left.
go. They're saying 0, but I don't know about that. I think there's 1.
I think we still have 1 second left.
I think there's 1. They just put it back on.
Yeah.
So guess what it's going to be? It's going to be the same play. It's going to be a toss into the stands, and this game is over. And Arena Bowl, here we come.
That's right. The Rattlers are going to go to 18-2. They're going to go to the Arena Bowl. They are 1 second away. All they have to do is snap it to Davila.
And for you listening on Nifty, the minute this goes 0, we're out of here. We will see you hopefully next year.
Davila drops back, fires it into the crowd, and the Rattlers are going to the Arena Bowl.